Hey guys, what's up? Pasay here. This is now the third game for today. This is Charlotte Hornets going up against New Orleans Pelicans, and that'll be at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be 8 o'clock a.m. here in Manila. And I'm just inviting everyone who have not subscribed yet to our YouTube account or YouTube channel, Pasay Baller. Please click on the subscribe button below. At the same time, hit on that bell logo. That way, automatically, you guys will be receiving notifications whenever new videos are uploaded. Hold up, let me go ahead and double check on the spread. The spread is now at -8, and that's actually given towards the home team. That is the New Orleans Pelicans. And for us to proceed, let's go ahead and take a look first at the standings and the rankings of both teams, okay? Starting off with Charlotte Hornets, they are from the Eastern Conference, and they are at number 14 with a record of 23 wins and 50 losses. Obviously, they're already out of contention for the playoffs. Now, for New Orleans Pelicans, they are at number 12 in the Western Conference with a record of 35 wins and 37 losses. They're half a game behind the number 10 spot, which is currently being handled by the Los Angeles Lakers. So, obviously, the Pelicans are eager to grab this one home. All right, so on this matchup, New Orleans Pelicans would actually have the home court advantage. In terms of fatigue, well, both teams were able to rest last night, so we can just skip that part. Momentum-wise, well, both teams are actually coming off wins. Charlotte won their last game, while New Orleans Pelicans they have won back-to-back. So, New Orleans Pelicans a bit hotter, quote unquote. But let's take a look at the form. The New Orleans Pelicans they have won 5 out of their last 10, while for Charlotte Hornets they have won just 3 out of their last 10 games. So obviously, in terms of momentum, in terms of more consistent of being more consistent, it will be New Orleans Pelicans which would have an advantage. And taking a look at the availability of the players and the health of both teams, for the Hornets, Cody Martin and Mark Williams will be out for them, while for New Orleans Pelicans, it's the same story. Jose Alvarado, Liddell, and their main man, Zion Williamson, are still out of the game. So I'm saying that Charlotte Hornets would still have the slight advantage in terms of availability and health because of the fact that, again, New Orleans Pelicans, they're out of 3 players. Right now, this one's tough. Obviously, New Orleans Pelicans, they are the better team. They have those factors which would actually make us pick them to win this matchup. And I really feel like New Orleans Pelicans would actually win this game. They are at home. They're having these back-to-back wins and all that. They have Valanciunas back. And Charlotte Hornets, they are on the road, and of course, we all know that Charlotte Hornets they have struggled most of the time this season, right? But we have to understand that the Charlotte Hornets they have just won their last game. That is just to show that this team, I'm talking about Charlotte Hornets, they're not gonna give in. We all know that they're out of the contention. They're not gonna make it to the playoffs. But if you want to beat them, you gotta beat them. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna lay down right there and you know what, we give in, we give up. No, it's not like that. If you're up against Charlotte Hornets, especially with with their capability to score, it's like they're already resigning in the office, but and they're on their last week or so, they would still go to the office and they would report to work and still give their best foot forward. That's how I look into the Charlotte Hornets team. Um, 8 point spread. Really, that's what makes things uh, uncomfortable for me to side on New Orleans Pelicans, especially with how they've been majority of this month. They actually struggled, right? Although lately they have recovered, especially when they had Valanciunas back. They recovered their groove and all that, and they have a very good chance to make it to the top 10. If ever they would actually pile maybe 3 to 4 games straight, they have a very good chance. So it's this one's really gonna be tough. It's like a toss coin with the kind of spread right now, -8. It's a toss coin, but I'm gonna side with Charlotte Hornets with the +8. This is due to the fact that Charlotte Hornets is very much dangerous in terms of their offense. It's like you're gonna put like a 10-point lead on them, and then in a snap. Charlotte Hornets would just be down by 2 points or three. You can take a look at what happened with Indiana Pacers. The Pacers, I guess, they were up by like 18, 19, maybe even 20 points. I lost count. But Charlotte Hornets actually took that lead as if it was like a 4 point lead, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna stick with Charlotte Hornets with the +8. I feel like New Orleans Pelicans will win this one, but it will be Charlotte Hornets which will cover the spread. Charlotte +8. Peace out, pass I love, and God bless.